It's windy, it's raining, it's cold. It is just not the night to film. So let's go down to the dock dungeon and I'll show you a few of my guerrilla filmmaking techniques. Maybe you can give me a few pointers. I wasn't in the AV club. I got no film degree. It's all me. So let's go take a look. Greetings from the Beehive State, home of Doc's Dungeon, home of the guerrilla filmmaking that I make for all of my videos. So in today's video, outside is nasty. There's no way I can go out there and smoke. Cold and miserable. You heard it. So let's take a look at how I make my videos, and then we'll go on taking a look at some of my pipes, cracks and flaws. We'll have a little VR to the Quaker Piper, who's doing a very generous giveaway. So first, how do I set up my camera? Well, a guerrilla filmmaker knows not to spend any damn money on it. Use what you got. So first, dog bowl. That's nice. Take that, turn it upside down. Next, after my pipe is stuffed, I take the tobacco I'm using. So this is Colt Abacus. Set it right on top of the dog bowl that's upside down. Now, take my camera. Boom. There you go. Adjust it. Now the light outside's not great, but it's the light I have. And I want to welcome you to the Beehive State while I'm smoking and presenting. So my light is your light. There's no fancy lights. There's no homemade lights. It's what I got. Now, for the next shot, let's take a look at how I do the top-down view before we take a look at these pipes. Now, if you have any suggestions, comments, or criticism, say you're an idiot, go right ahead. I want you to comment, guys. Let at it. All right, let's go check her out. And I mean, check her out. Miss Monroe. All right, let's go. Okay, for the top-down view, what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to set out everything I have, which is your basic office lamp light. I got a selfie stick that I got a couple of years ago. Got my pipes that I'm going to be doing. And I got a nice clean open space. Oh, mama. So let's go set up. So how am I going to get the stick to stand up? Well, we know from guerrilla filmmaking, we make use for what we got. So let's take a look around. Do we want to use drawers? Rice. Or are we going to use this? This is what we're going to use. This is a dishwasher. It's not hooked up. But lo and behold, perfect stand for the selfie stick. Now I'm going to get set up and we'll see how it looks, and then we'll take it in to how I attach the camera. Alright, selfie stick is in place, jammed in there, nice and tight. Now, one of the biggest mistakes that I've made, and I've seen a couple other guys make, maybe it's on purpose, but they always have the vertical landscape, so we get the two black bars on each side. So to make sure that doesn't happen, what we're going to need to do is we need to focus on some yabos. Those are some nice yabos. Now, what I'm going to do now is, since I have it on the nice wide angle, we're going to start panning down, oh mama, until we get to our canvas. All right, now let's screw her down, hook her up, and we can get going with the VR. Now be careful not to tie it too tight, because with the iPhone, I'm not sure about the Galaxies, but it's the on-off switch is on the side, so you want to make sure that both you have enough room to hit the play button, and yet not too tight that it's going to turn off the phone. Again, these are rookie mistakes that I've made. Maybe you will not have to make them. Or you can just say, hey, you're a goon. Do it this way. Either way, let's get it hooked up. Now I've set up my lights that the best I know how. It's coming in from one angle, and I really don't have another light on the other side, but that's okay. That's what guerrilla filmmaking is all about. We're making do with what we have, not spending any extra. So let's take a look at some of these pipes and get going with the VR. So first off, let's talk about the Country Gentleman. Now it's got a few unintentional nicks in it. One right up here at the top. It's got another ding right here. But overall, this Country Gentleman's my workhorse. I got it in the pack of smokable seconds, so I mean obviously there's going to be some flaws in it. It's interesting that when I got it, it didn't have the mark on here, so I don't know, maybe I just got lucky. This one should have probably passed the quality control, but it actually didn't. So overall, this is my workhorse. You see this in a lot of my videos. It's designated for the country or for the haunted bookshop tobacco, which is awesome. And yeah, just a few dings. Next, let's look at my General. Now, typically, you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4 dings in it on the top, little accent marks. But this one, whoever was working on it seemed to have got carried away. Now, this is not a smokable second. I actually got this from Aristocop, and yeah, they went boom, boom, boom. So I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6.5 little marks, but and we got a little bit of discoloration, but I'm sure that when I start smoking this a lot, then this whole thing's going to turn color, so I'm not too worried about it. We got a little ding on this side and just a few flaws on the outside, but overall, I mean, I guess it's got a little bit of stuff damage. I don't know if I can get the angle quite right to look inside there, but inside the shaft, it's a little bit messy in there, but it's going to smoke great. Just haven't decided on what I'm going to start smoking with it, but again, I'm sure I'll figure that out pretty soon. All right, lastly, now as I allude to in the GAW video, this has a couple flaws in my Mark Twain. First off, we've got some marks right here, as well as some of the plaster that didn't quite fill in on this outer side of the bowl. Let's look at the top for the accent marks. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, that's not big complaints. I have a little bit of more not filled in plaster perfectly on this side. I mean, it's got the awesome tiger stripes going on the back. And, I mean, honestly, the imperfections are what makes the pipe perfect. It makes it ours. And with most Missouri Meerschaum pipes, it's the only pipes I own at this point. Each one is unique. It's unique to me. There's not going to be another one like it. So when I'm smoking my Mark Twain with the Colt Abacus, when I put my hand on it, and I always smoke with the left hand, that's just me, it almost like fits perfectly into the groove. So this is where my hand's supposed to be. It's kind of like those indentations on the keyboard that says, hey man, this is where you put your hands. Now, I don't expect my videos to get too much better than what you see now. It's who I am, it's what I have, and I'm trying to make do with how the best I can. And so I hope you guys are enjoying my videos half as much as I do. It's a blast making them. This is just a total side hobby as I take my pipe journey into the deep. And I want to thank everybody for watching. As always, good night, God bless, happy piping.